All right, welcome back. In case you just joined us, this is Sports This Morning on your world leading channels television. And well, you've missed quite a lot, but there's still more for you. Just stay tuned. All right, let's take a look at basketball now. Let me run you through. Earlier, I told you about where to be if you're a sports lover. So if you love basketball, let's inform you that a lot of matches we play today, you know that basketball games are played on Friday in Nigeria. So let's bring to you the matches. I'm hoping it's going to come up on your screen any moment. Let's start with the Atlantic Conference, talking about the Premier Basketball League in the Atlantic Conference, and that's it on your screen. Kwara Falcons will take on Union Bank, Oluyole Warriors will take on Delta Force, and Islanders will take on Police Baton. And of course, you have Customs taking on the Dan Warriors. As it stands in the Atlantic Conference, the Dan Warriors are leading, followed by Islanders, Customs, Police Baton, in that order. Okay, we'll move on to Savannah Conference, where it's really interesting in that one. You have Immigrations coming up against Gombe Bulls today. Plateau Peaks take on FCT Rocks, Kano Pillars take on Bauchi Nets, and Kada Stars take on Mark Mentors. Okay, so that's it for you. Games to enjoy if you're a lover of basketball. And in the standings as well, you have Gombe Bulls leading the way in that one. All right, also from tomorrow, if you love football, you need to get to any of the venues where matches will be played in the Glow Premier League. I'm also hoping that will come up on screen for you as well. Interesting matches to be played this weekend in the Glow Premier League. And that's it on your screen. Let me quickly run through this for you. Enyimba takes on Sharks. Bayelsa United take on Ifeanyi Uba United, formerly known as Gabros. Lobby Stars take on Giwa. As a matter of fact, Giwa is on top right now. Aqua United take on Dolphins. Well, still early days yet. Aqua United take on Dolphins. Rangers take on El Kanemi. Sunshine Stars take on Wicked. They will want to forget all the drama about their players suspended and other nasty celebrations. Yeah, so Warriors take on Heartland. These are some of the matches to be played this weekend. And Warriors Heartland, I'll let you guys talk about that one because it really jumps at you. Abia Warriors take on 3SC, that's Shooting Stars. Kwara United take on Nasarawa United, and of course Pillars take on Taraba. These are some of the fixtures for you. Okay, let's move on. Earlier we talked about 43 days to go. Let's talk about the FIFA Women's World Cup. I told you earlier about our girls beating a male side. It's funny, you know. And it is. I'm going to start with Telema. You're free to disagree with me, but it's looking like a good omen. Before we went for the Nations Cup, we're beating sides under 17 boys and men. So it's a good omen. But how far do you think that good omen will be? I know you're not impressed with our preparation. Nobody is. But when a ladies team beats a male side, no matter who they are, it should grab your attention.
Well, for start, I won't want to start sound feminist or anti-feminist. It was a warm-up.
Yeah.
So the intensity will not be expected
Probably
to be
low.
that high, per se. However, we just have to give credit to them for taking their chances as it came. You know, and it came by them. It's important for them to go through these paces, and it's good enough that they came head to head against an adult male side, even though they are an all-stars male team. You know, previously we've seen them going against youth teams. So this one, it's a good warm-up preparation for them.
All right. Okay. So Tonte, any ideas?
I'm thinking, why an all-stars male team? what sort of combination was that? But I'm also thinking, why not an all-stars female team also? You know, let them also meet. You know, it's football, like any other team sport, is a psychological game.
Yeah.
It involves your mind, and you when you're going against a team that is of similar gender, it's helping you to form your attitude when you go into a real game where you know you have to fight for spoils,
Yeah.
for in that case for points. Well, nonetheless, like Telema pointed out, it's a warm-up, so but it's a good one for them. Not the result, yeah, good one for them, but it's that's not something to take home. Really, delight.
How much of preparation can we still squeeze in 43 days, don't you? How much of, or what quality of preparation can still be squeezed in for the 3 days together?
I think a lot can still be done. For the 3 days, yes, it looks like a short time, but nonetheless, it's still an opportunity to do a lot. If you look at with the signing the deal, the agreement between Nike and the NFF, we expect to see maybe some possibility, something could just be cooked up, friendly matches with other maybe other African nations, or maybe camping and other some European teams, that will help us to really build that psychological strength, be ahead of the World Cup.
At the same time, you just want to ensure you avoid injuries while preparing,
doing all of that.
And not lose key players in the main event itself. So yes, a lot can still be squeezed in, but then again, you just have to be cautious as to what kind of preparations you're putting in place for them.
Achieve
yes,
with this preparation. All right, that's talking about the Falcons. We do hope that they will do well when they get to play in Canada. Well, I know some of you will want to get your views across to us, and we skipped it earlier, but let's do this now. How you can get your thoughts across to us on Facebook, on Twitter. I hope this comes up on screen now. Get your views across to us. Some of you are already sending in your tweets, and I'm going to try it. Okay, that's it on your screen. You can get across to us on Facebook. You can do it on Twitter, the handles you have on your screen. On Facebook, it's Channels-Sports. The official Twitter handle of Channels is @Channels_sports. And of course, you can also tweet on the handle you have on your screen. We'll just pick up on the head. That's just it. We'll get your views. The world is listening. We'll get your views across to the world. Okay, guys, let's talk about some politics in this one. European politicians gather together, and they're saying, look, a lot of issues have been raised about how Qatar won the bid for the 2022 World Cup. Originally, it was a Summer World Cup. Now it looks like it's not going to be a Summer World Cup anymore. Probably will be a Winter World Cup. And the politicians are saying, look, revisit this, maybe do the rebidding process. But let me say, do you see FIFA bending or yielding to this? Or what's the likely scenario? Or you think there's still enough time to convince FIFA, especially if Blatter loses the elections or stands down in the possible future?
That's where the game changer is. As long as Blatter remains president of FIFA, it is unlikely to see a rebidding process for the 2022 World Cup.
Okay.
As long as he remains president, Qatar is very much the host of that tournament that year. It's and I will also say that the politicians are speaking quite late, even though yes, there is so much time ahead, but the politicians are speaking quite late. This is something they should have come out to talk on, as early as last year, after the whole period after the Qatar won the bid. It's quite late from my own side of perspective.
Tonte, in all of this, I'm not hearing Russia. Nobody's talking about Russia. They're afraid of Russia.
Well, Russia is already focusing on they're hosting of the World Cup 2018. So I don't think Russia will be too inundated with what other European countries or politicians
maybe they're
looking
thinking
at.
If we truncate this before you get somebody who will be ready. So it's more sensible to attempt. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, well, one thing I can say is Russia. I think Russia will also be careful too, because allegations came out regards their own winning the bid,
whole process.
The whole process. So questions. So Russia, they feel that we're already on track. Let's focus on our own. Whatever the politicians want to do, that's for them. But I don't think they want to believe. They want to go with what Europe, which is very Western Europe, will be looking at regards a rebidding process.
Okay, all right. I don't know. Telema, looking at all of this, what's the best thing you think in the interest of world football? Should we just have that Winter World Cup and let's just forget about it?
It's quite unfortunate that it's going to be a Winter World Cup. However, it's important that a country in the Middle East does host the World Cup, and it's fair game, it's fair play.
Yeah.
That has been one of the greatest achievements on the side of Blatter, being able to spread
Some
the
sort of
World
democracy.
Cup across the global scope. So it's important Qatar does go ahead to host the World Cup. It's like I said, unfortunate that it's winter, but then again, it's still good enough. Let's even see. Perhaps it might actually have some benefits, particularly to African nations.
All right. Let's wrap up this way and look at the English Premier League. And there's only one thing to talk about. But let's look at the fixtures quickly. Let it come up on your screen. A lot of talking points. Southampton take on Tottenham. Both teams, I mean, just lost steam. Yeah. Burnley take on Leicester. That's a 6-point game, if you ask me. Crystal Palace take on Hull City. Another 6-point game, if you ask me as well, because, well, you could say Crystal Palace is safe, but for Hull City, win or bust. Newcastle take on Swansea. Queen's Park Rangers take on West Ham. Stoke take on Sunderland. West Brom take on Liverpool. And we go to the key games this weekend. One involving Manchester United, and of course the one involving Arsenal and Chelsea. Let me start with Tonte. As you know, we don't really have much time, but as we prepare to wrap things up, what do you think is likely going to happen tomorrow when Arsenal and Chelsea come up against each other?
Oh, Sunday, Super Sunday for Chelsea, Arsenal, Chelsea. As Wenger is upbeat, he has the belief, I think for me, which is like about the first time in a long time, that he seems to be upbeat of the Arsenal's chances against Chelsea. Nonetheless, the statistics show us that the being confident is more of a mental game than even than on the field. So, but we expect some tactical play from Chelsea, from Jose Mourinho.
Okay.
Nonetheless, with Arsenal's recent form, we would want to take them out of the picture.
All right. Tell them as we close. A win for Arsenal, does it change anything?
It does.
Okay.
It does. It still keeps the aspirations open.
Okay.
Delays
the party a little.
Yeah, it does delay the party for Chelsea,
Okay.
and Chelsea still have to come up against Liverpool ahead, and any of these little teams could still sneak in some disappointment on them.
Okay, that's how we have to wrap things up on the show this morning. We hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to bring to you, but we're not leaving just yet. We're going to leave you with the papers. Take a look at the headlines across the major sports dailies in the land. Take a look at what they're saying. In case there's something we missed out, you can get your information from there. So we leave you. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.